Welcome. Yes, my friends. This is the Vintage Edmonton Music Podcast, and I'm your host, Robert Clues, and welcome to the podcast. This is number 30, I believe, in the podcast series, and this is a new series or a new season of the podcast. I can't remember what season it is. I believe it's season 4, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's a brand new season. I know we're a little bit down the road from the holiday season here, just about a month down the road from the festivities, as it were. And I just hope everybody had a great holiday season, whatever you celebrated. I had a great Christmas. My cats once again got me underwear and socks, which I guess I need, but whatever. My wife gave me a fantastic Dickies jacket. Thank you very, very much to Mrs. Recluse. We went on a very fruitful, kind of like a post-Christmas trip to Red Deer, and in the surrounding environments, Innisfail and Olds and places like that for the weekend. Hit all the thrift stores, hit all of the antique malls, hit all the rummage sales, garage sales that were going on during the weekend. Very, very fruitful. I came up with some really, really nice vintage Edmonton vinyl, vintage Alberta vinyl especially. And that will be played. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be playing for this year for the podcast will be as a result of this very, very fruitful trip to Red Deer. So I hope you enjoy that. It's really, really good stuff. What else has been going on? My 60 Days in Edmonton project on Vintage Edmonton has just ended. It's about 4 or 5 weeks of Fridays and Tuesdays, and very, 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 very fun to put together. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I got a lot of really, really good responses from people, and I was very, very heartening. I loved the paradox of the things that were going on for the 60 days in Edmonton, between the flu, the mayoral election that was going on with fighting Joe Clark, and just murder and mayhem. A lot of very, very heavy things were going on during that time, and I thought it was just very, very fascinating to read about that and get engaged and involved in it. And I hope the people who read it were as engaged and involved as I am. So I'll be having a little bit more things of that nature on Vintage Edmonton coming up in this year also. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you look forward to that. The podcast for this year will be a little bit more rocking. I have a lot of strongly worded, as I say, emails from listeners who are asking me, why aren't you playing so-and-so like Troika and things of that, bands like that. And I have to admit that I haven't been doing that. I should do that. I kind of get lost in the smaller presses that have been. I find all the time here during my travels here in Edmonton and Calgary. Love those records so much. But there is so much good music in Edmonton and its history. And it's really hard to put everything in to the podcast, but I'm going to heed the call this year because there's a lot of great music that came out in the 70s and the 80s and in the 60s also that were hard rock or rocking or much more rocking than I have been playing. So I'm going to rectify that this year. I give you my word on that. And I'm going to start right now with, I don't know if it's the most famous Edmonton song in the 1980s. It's one of those songs I think that everybody thinks of anyway when they think about Edmonton and music in the 1980s. The original music that was coming out during that time, the Ambassador Hotel, Scandals nightclub. During that time in the early 80s, mid 80s, very, very fertile time for the music scene. This song, for me anyway, not being born in Edmonton, when I heard it, it just kind of felt right. This was the song that represented that period for me anywhere. Even though I didn't grow up in Edmonton during that time, but there was something about it. There's something about the person who's the lead singer of this band. This is a song called "In Dim Light" by Darkroom, and Jim Gray, who is a very, very talented individual, notorious, infamous. Whatever you want to call Jim, he is a very, very colorful character in Edmonton lore and Edmonton music lore. And the band Darkroom was a great band that really kind of skirted the edges of different genres that were going on during that time. They were certainly new wave. They were certainly synth-oriented. They certainly had the darker kind of not necessarily goth, but along those lines, the flirting in that area. And they also were punk. And just a great band that hasn't gotten nearly enough credit, not only in Edmonton, but around Canada and the world. And I'm going to try to rectify that this year by playing this song and also spotlighting them on an upcoming podcast, I believe. I'm going to say around April or May. But yeah, I have to play this song because this is, when I think of Edmonton during that time, this is the song I think of. So without further ado, this is Darkroom from 1983, song called In Dim Light, here on the Vintage Edmonton Music Podcast. Welcome back to the Vintage Edmonton Music Podcast. That was Darkroom from 1983 with a song called In Dim Light. Again, when I think of an Edmonton song from that time period, this is the song that I think of, and it's a great classic. Fits into a lot of different genres songs, and it's just a joy to listen to every time I put it on the turntable, virtual and otherwise. Again, I'm going to have the Darkroom podcast probably in April. if I'm not mistaken, April or May at the very latest. And I'm going to see if I can talk Mr. Jim Gray into giving his recollections on this also. So I'll keep you updated on that if I get a resolution one way or the other. So that's it, folks. That's the end of the podcast. I'm going to go through what I'm on because I forget myself. So I'll make it as quick as possible. I am on certainly iTunes. You can subscribe to me on iTunes. You can also subscribe to me on the TuneIn app as well. Google Play Music as well. You can subscribe to me or click on me on Google Play Music. Podmatic, always on Podomatic. That's where I started. You can go click on me there or subscribe to me there. I am also going to have, and I'm going to knock on my wooden head, make sure that I get it in time, but I'm hopefully going to get it by February 15th, a YouTube channel for all of my Vintage Edmonton music podcasts. If you want to listen to me that way, you can listen to me on YouTube. I'm also going to be putting on some my favorite Vintage Edmonton music tracks also on the YouTube channel. I may be doing some commentary. Oh no. Yes, I may be doing some commentary, like a 2 or 3 minute commentary, just me, off the rails ranting about something. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, but I may, but who knows. But yeah, all of this stuff will be on the new Vintage Edmonton Music channel on YouTube, and hopefully, again, it will be up by February 15th. I will keep you certainly updated about all of that stuff that's going on. I have other irons in the fire as well this year, so I'm gonna hopefully kind of juggle everything that I have going on, and again, I will keep you updated for all of the things that I have going on. Hopefully there'll be good news about that. So again, I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday season. I certainly did. I hope you will have a great 20,000. Is it 20,000 or 2018? I hope everybody has a great 2018. And I'll see you next time.